There is someone right now sitting in their living room making lists. Lists about you. Lists about cities. Lists about jobs. Lists about timing. And they don't even fully understand why they're doing it. But heaven does. Because what I'm about to reveal to you is not just about your future marriage. It's about what's happening right now in the invisible realm. While you've been praying and waiting and wondering if God forgot about you, your future husband or wife has been receiving downloads from heaven. Dreams they can't explain. Sudden urgings to research new cities. Strange peace about leaving everything familiar. And here's what's going to shake you. They're planning the move before they've even met you. God is orchestrating their steps right now, directing their path in ways they think are their own ideas. But it's all heaven's setup. Every apartment they're looking at online. Every job application they're about to submit. Every conversation they're having about relocating. It's all divinely timed to intersect with your life. And the collision is closer than you think. Before we go deeper into what heaven is showing me about your situation, I need you to do something that will unlock even more revelation for your life. Subscribe to God's Prophecy message channel right now. Because this word you're hearing isn't random. You were led here by divine appointment. And when you subscribe, you're positioning yourself to receive more prophetic insight that heaven wants to download into your spirit. Leave a comment below and declare something powerful. Say, I received this word, or my spouse is on the way, or whatever the Holy Spirit is stirring in you right now. Your words have creative power. And I want you to hit that like button. Not just for the algorithm, but as a spiritual act of agreement with what heaven is saying over your life. And if you feel led in your spirit, if this message is already touching something deep inside you, consider supporting this channel. You can click Super Thanks right below this video, or visit our Buy Me Coffee link in the description. Your support helps us continue creating these prophetic messages that are reaching people in their darkest hours of waiting. Every seed you sow into this ministry multiplies back to you in supernatural ways. Now let me take you deeper into what I'm seeing. You need to understand something crucial about how God works in the realm of romantic destiny. He doesn't just prepare you. He simultaneously prepares the other person. And most of the time, they have no idea they're being prepared for you specifically. They just feel this unexplainable restlessness, this holy dissatisfaction with where they are, this growing sense that something significant is about to shift in their life. Your future spouse is experiencing that right now. Let me paint you a picture of what's happening in their world while you're watching this video. They've been feeling increasingly uncomfortable in their current location. Not because anything is wrong there, but because heaven is making them restless for where you are. They might have lived in the same city for years, built a whole life there, established career connections, developed friendships, created routines and rhythms. But recently, something has shifted. They're starting to feel like a stranger in their own life, like they're living in a waiting room instead of a destination. And that feeling is not depression. It's not confusion. It's not a quarter-life or midlife crisis. It's divine displacement. God is deliberately making them uncomfortable where they are so they'll be willing to move where you are. Proverbs 16:9 says, "In their hearts humans plan their course, but the Lord establishes their steps." Right now, your future spouse thinks they're making practical decisions. They think they're just being smart about career opportunities, or adventure, or a fresh start. But heaven is directing every step. I'm seeing someone who has been researching a specific city. Maybe it's the city where you live right now. Maybe it's a city where God is about to move you both. But they've been looking at neighborhoods, reading articles about the culture there, checking out the job market, scrolling through housing options. And every time they do, they feel this unexplainable peace. This strange knowing that this is where they're supposed to be. They might have even told their friends or family about this interest. And people around them are confused, asking why they would want to leave everything they know, questioning the logic of such a major move. But your future spouse can't fully articulate why. They just know they're being pulled somewhere. And that somewhere is toward you. Here's what's even more supernatural about this timing. While they're planning this move, you've been going through your own preparation season. You've been in a process that felt endless, healing from past relationships, growing in your identity, learning what real love looks like, discovering your worth. And you might have wondered why it's taking so long, why you've had to go through such deep transformation, why God couldn't just bring your person while you were still figuring things out. But now I'm going to show you the divine wisdom in the timing. If your spouse had moved to your city 2 years ago, you wouldn't have been ready. You were still healing from wounds that would have sabotaged the relationship. You were still carrying beliefs about yourself that would have caused you to settle or run. You were still operating in patterns that needed to be broken. But now you're different. Now you've done the inner work. Now you know who you are and what you deserve. Now you're emotionally healthy enough to recognize and receive the real thing when it shows up. And that's why heaven is releasing the move now. Because both of you are finally ready at the same time. Romans 8:28 tells us, "And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love Him, who have been called according to His purpose." Every delay you experienced wasn't denial. It was development. Every season you spent alone wasn't abandonment. It was advancement. God was setting up the pieces on the chessboard of your life, moving people and circumstances into position. And your future spouse's relocation is one of the final major moves before the intersection happens. Now let me tell you what else I'm seeing about this person and their planning. They're not just casually thinking about moving. They're taking concrete steps. I see job applications being submitted, interviews being scheduled, maybe even offers being considered. I see someone looking at lease agreements, calculating moving costs, researching moving companies. This isn't a fantasy or a distant dream. This is happening in real time. Your future husband or wife is in active motion toward you right now. And here's something that's going to encourage you deeply. They're experiencing supernatural confirmation along the way. Every time they take a step toward this move, doors open that shouldn't open. Opportunities appear that don't make logical sense. Favor shows up in unexpected places. Because when God is directing someone's path, He confirms it. He doesn't leave them wondering if they're making the right choice. He gives them signs, green lights, divine coincidences that are too specific to ignore. Your future spouse might not realize those confirmations are because they're moving toward you. They might think God is just blessing their career or giving them a new adventure. But heaven knows the real reason behind every open door. And the reason is you. You are the hidden treasure at the end of this journey they're about to take. Isaiah 45:3 says, "I will give you hidden treasures, riches stored in secret places, so that you may know that I am the Lord, the God of Israel, who summons you by name." You are the hidden treasure God has stored in a specific location. And He is summoning your future spouse by name to come and find you. Now I want to address something that might be rising up in your heart right now. You might be thinking,